Diversity to me is more than just looking at skin colors and looking at diversity of ideas, of thoughts, of different backgrounds. So you're looking at people with socioeconomic backgrounds, people who identify differently in terms of their sexuality, religion, and I think that you have to look for it here, and I know that a lot of places could be more attractive to people, and I put that in quotes because it's right on the forefront the moment you step on a campus.
It's kind of a hot topic nowadays. I think that businesses, organizations, and even companies use it in a way to kind of benefit their company. I know when I came to Elon, I was invited to like a multicultural day for students where they invited all types of diverse students, majority African American. So I was like, wow, this is amazing, it's great. And I quickly realized that, diversity to me is not just the color of my skin.
Diversity is not just the inclusion of minorities, it's the inclusion of everybody. So having a lot of minorities on your campus or attempting to reach out to minorities does not define diversity.
I had a lot of my friends decide to go to HBCUs to get their education, and that's wonderful. I love HBCUs, but I definitely grew up my parents really valued the idea of getting different perspectives in your education. My brother, he went to an HBCU, and I decided to come to a predominantly white institution.
I picked Elon because it was the only school that I was looking at that really valued my intelligence as opposed to my athletic ability.
I've never heard of a school having their own student-ran PR organization, and kind of seeing the excitement on students' faces when they were here working on the weekend was really exciting for me. So I definitely wanted to make that a priority when I got to campus to make sure that I was able to kind of have that influence onto my education.
I also love the fact that you could study abroad here. You did amazing internships. I always tell people it was the land of opportunity.
It really enlightened my experience and really has allowed me to be a little sensitive in a way when it comes to how I should go about talking to people and how I have to fix myself a certain way when I go into meetings and when I go into when I walk into the room in Live Oak. I definitely have to put on a certain persona, and that's fine because that is, I guess, the cultural behind being, a diverse person, a minority. You kind of have to have two faces, and not in like a negative connotation at all, but just to kind of show that you're able.
What isn't bringing black students to Elon? I know that Elon has one of the highest retention rates for minority students, which I think is wonderful. But even though we're keeping them, why are we not bringing in African American students? This is a place where they will thrive and a place that they will leave and be successful upon graduation.
It's very difficult for a lot of black students, especially if they have come from predominantly black communities, to feel comfortable at Elon.
The 6% idea, I think, is very interesting because even when I give tours on campus through the admissions office, I am constantly asked, what is that diversity here? I have students who are from diverse backgrounds, and they always question that. And I find it hard sometimes to say, diversity is prevalent on campus while I walk into a library and it's full of students who don't look like me or the student who's asking the question.
What we can do as students, I believe, is to encourage each other to not think inside of a box, to expand out, go to those places that you may be the only black person, but it's okay because you are just as valuable. You have just as much drive and gut and things to offer, but don't be afraid to be bold. Be proud of who you are culturally and whatever your traditions are, whatever makes you different in a beautiful way, be proud of that, but don't make that the reason that you can't.